one of the things that we do is we refuse to tell ourselves the truth about what's happening in this country. And I tell you what, Clyburn in that same interview made some very important statements. I want to play that for you as well, and then we'll take it on the other side.
I think that we have some sympathizers in the Congress that probably ought not be there. There are two people who just got elected who identify with this QAnon group. Now, we know that's a hate group. And if they are there to represent their interests, then we need to be concerned about them. And I think that the law enforcement people need to pay close attention to them as well. I worked in state government before I came to Washington. Before that, I was in the governor's staff here in South Carolina back in the early 70s. And I'll tell you something. We knew as much, if not more, about the Ku Klux Klan as they did about themselves, because we put in place mechanisms in order to make sure that we stayed on top of them and we knew exactly what they were thinking about doing before they ever decided to act upon it. That same thing can be done today. We have got to get serious about the fact that we in this country have a problem with domestic terrorism. Domestic terrorism. We have never made that admission. It is time for us to come down off our high horse and admit that there is domestic terrorism in this country, and there's a way to get to the bottom of it. And they know, I know it, I've been a part of it at the state level, and a lot of them are much smarter than I am. They can get to the bottom of this at the national level.
I want to address something that Ledo just said, because I think it's actually pretty important. Ledo just said, he said, wow, laughing out loudly, why so worried about QAnon, Clyburn? Because QAnon is real. QAnon is the psychological malpractice of the Republican Party, paid for by, we know, different entities. But the idea is you make people so... Let me tell you something. In our family, right, I just realized that a goddaughter of mine is a QAnon fanatic. From the vaccines to the mask to the Trump adoration, all of that she's into. I just learned that. Tell you my theory right now on what Clyburn is talking about. Clyburn is trying to show that in America right now, we have a domestic terrorism issue. It is true. And it is mostly performed by the white supremacists. But here's the kicker. They are a little bit more sophisticated than that. They have a few people that they get trapped into this QAnon alternate state of reality. And they have all those people march and do the crazy things. Inside of you're going to see this coming out. Inside of the Capitol, you had people with walkie-talkies and you had people doing all these things, giving directions, keeping their face out of the limelight. So in other words, they have these QAnon crazies doing all the dirty work for them, as everybody else go ahead about their business. I'll be frank, I was laughing at QAnon. It's like, who the hell's going to believe that kind of stuff? Who's going to believe about eating babies? Who's going to believe about these crazy things that... And then I realized that there is a place for everybody. There are some people who believe that crap as well. And, you know, Lee Grant, no, I guess QAnon is unpermitted belief. No, sir. Lee Grant, you can go and believe as much into QAnon as you want to believe. I really don't care. The part that I care about is if QAnon starts to commit murder, if QAnon starts killing people. And what we saw is QAnon, based on what they believe in, they feel they have reason to kill people. Because these people, in their mythology, these people are killing kids. These people are pedophiles. That is what this movement is trying to tell these people. So a few days ago when we did the program, I said, you know what? Most people that you saw out there marching, honestly, they're not bad people. And I got a whole lot of flack, including some personal emails. Stop coddling those people, like Berto. Stop coddling those people. They are evil. To which I answered to my friends, I said, look, They're not evil. They are simply misinformed. They are gullible. There's a difference. They are gullible. So it is important for us to, and just calling them evil again isn't the thing that's going to get us to, get us any kind of solution. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.